Facebook and Instagram is the most popular advertising platform for small and medium-sized businesses. And across all the agencies that we work inside, it is the most popular platform where the most ad dollars are spent. A huge piece of Dot & Company is training, not only our internal team members, but other client account managers within different agencies. So we have invited back Emma from Dot & Co. to tell you guys all about how we train client account managers on Facebook advertising.
Welcome to the Happy Clients Podcast, brought to you by Dot & Company. Whether you're a virtual assistant, an agency owner, or a client-facing account manager, we all deal with clients. Lucky for you, client management is what we do best. Now, let's dig in, chat cam life, and have some fun along the way. Cheers to happy clients.
Welcome, Emma. So happy to have you back.
Thank you for having me back.
Like we don't talk every day, right? So Emma, we want to talk about everything training, super high level, just kind of this whole new sort of branch of Dot & Co. and how you're moving it forward. So why don't we kind of dive in and tell us all about what you've been up to?
Yeah, so we developed the Facebook Ads Lab with client account managers in mind. So that being said, we as CAMs don't need to know the nitty-gritty details of all the levers you can pull in most platforms for ad performance. So I wanted to take a step back and really simplify what CAMs need to know and how they need to communicate that with clients in meaningful ways to their business. And I find a lot of agency owners, they might be in Facebook and other platforms all day, every day. And it is hard to kind of take that step back and teach someone on your team who might be either new to digital advertising or new to communicating it to people who might not have the same knowledge base as they do. So it's simple, it's streamlined. We talk through Facebook Ads Manager, we talk through the campaigns, ad sets, and the ads. Of course, we cover what a pixel is and how events work and the custom conversions. We talk about the audiences and the targeting and the placements for serving ads to the right people. And then we also go through the reporting. So a lot of client account managers are responsible for reporting those insights to clients. And I break down how I do it and the best practices for reporting and what you should be looking at and how to pull those insights from Facebook. And then we also cover onboarding. So this is a huge part of our role of being a client account manager. It's so important to an agency. And one of those bits is just getting access to Facebook and getting what you need from a client to get them up and running as fast as possible. And it's something that we do all the time, over and over and over again, whenever you have a new client. But I even had to go back and write it down step by step for someone who's never been in Facebook, been the business manager, the admin. What are those exact steps that you need to take? Because a lot of clients I find need the screenshots. They need that very granular step-by-step piece for onboarding and for how to give people access. So that is a huge main focus of the Facebook Lab. And then I also go through our top tips for client communication for Facebook and Instagram.
Awesome. I love that, especially because we do deal with so many business owners that are very entrepreneurial, right? Like they're the creators, this is their little baby, their business, their product. And to explain this to them can look very different than the digital marketing tribe that we have. So if you are kind of presented with these situations, it's so great to just have that resource, because what they need to know and how you present it can just be so different, how we interpret it, how we need to tell them, and how it's communicated in between. So super helpful and so relevant to kind of the clients that a lot of digital marketing agencies work with.
Yeah, and I think a huge part as well, like you touched on, Emma, is that onboarding piece. And I think this goes unnoticed how much time it takes to onboard a Facebook ads client, from getting access to just like troubleshooting. That can take hours sometimes, a lot of back and forth. So as a client account manager, like you said, you need to be able to go in, onboard the client without involving the agency owner. And that saves so much time, and it gives the agency owner time back, but it also gets their ads running a lot quicker. So I think that's a huge win.
Exactly. And I think a lot of client account managers might know a little bit, and media buyers will tell them what to say. And it's not a copy and paste. It's okay, this is what the media buyer told me, this is what the agency owner told me, and then they have to rewrite it in a way that the client understands. So it kind of
Mm-hmm.
guesswork out of it for Facebook ads in particular, where these are what the metrics mean, and this is how you should talk to clients about them.
Yeah. And a huge challenge sometimes as a client account manager, we're in it. Like we're in the agency side. We know what we're doing, we know what the media buyers are saying, but it's almost to get out of it a little bit before you go to the client, right? Because you know the strategy, you know what's coming up, you know the next step of the funnel. But a lot of the time, clients, this might be new to them or they're not living it in the same way we are. So it's really important to make sure that they're fulfilled, I guess, or that they know kind of what's going on with their Facebook ads.
Yeah. And so, Emma, talk us through how you would use this for someone in an agency. So not our team, but how can someone in an agency right now join and use the Facebook Ads Lab?
Yeah, so it is in addition to CAM School. So what we already have is all of the learnings in CAM School, which is 7 modules with more than 150 lessons. We do cover some of the Facebook Lab within CAM School, but then it's those next steps. So if your agency is fully in Facebook, you might need a little more knowledge than just the high level intro that we provide you. And we didn't want to overwhelm people just in CAM School. We wanted, of course, give more information as needed. So Facebook Lab is on its own, and you can buy it online on our website.
So as a client account manager within an agency, what can I expect to learn at the end of the Facebook Ad Lab? Like, where will I be?
So I think the biggest takeaway from the Facebook Ads Lab is communicating the insights in a meaningful way to clients. So it is a high level walkthrough of everything you need to know as a client account manager. But I think at the end, there are, of course, so many other learnings. And I train people one-on-one. And I think the biggest theme with Facebook is that people might have imposter syndrome, where they know it, they understand it, but there's always more to learn. And there's so many resources that Facebook itself will provide you, and we guide you in the right direction of what to learn more about to continue your own personal individual learning for Facebook, but then also just how to speak to clients about it and what words to use and how you should speak about it in a way that they understand.
And it's almost like we've been doing this for a minute, right? Like we already know what the clients want and what they're going to ask, right? So it's almost like we're 5 steps ahead. So this is so valuable, especially if you're training somebody on your team or you want to kind of just make sure that the person that is talking to the clients knows where to find the information. They're not bothering the agency owner. They're not scrambling and taking 14 hours. Like they know how to go in, find the information, communicate it properly in a really awesome way that makes the client super impressed, and the agency looks so good, and the client account manager is super empowered because they have all these tools. So it's such a great value to anybody who's working with clients, but also in digital marketing agencies. Just, you know, if you're an agency owner, and to empower your employee like this is really cool. So they actually can be 5 steps ahead and know the answers before they're even asked.
Exactly. And I think something that you've done a really good job of, Emma, is almost just taking all of the knowledge that you actually need to know and putting it in this one place, because it can get very overwhelming. If you hit YouTube and you're like, how do I communicate Facebook ads to clients? Well, you're going to get everything you could ever imagine. So I think something that this course really does a really awesome job is just making it concise and what you actually need to know as a client account manager.
Exactly. And it's simple things like how to find a preview link in Facebook for your client who's asking like, hey, like what ad has the most comments? Things like that, where it's just, we do it every day, but some people might not understand exactly how you do that super efficiently every time.
I always find too, like different people have like different sort of paths in business manager. Like this is how I do it. This is how, even going to business settings, you could do it like 5 different ways or something, right? So it's really cool to even have that sort of efficiency best practice in your tool belt. Not that there's any wrong ways, but the best ways or the most efficient. So you're not kind of wasting time sifting through all these different menus and filters and all that stuff.
Yeah. So if you are looking to get your hands on our Facebook ads training, go to the link in the description of this podcast and get your hands on it.
Thanks, Emma. This has been super helpful and really valuable for a lot of digital marketing agency owners, and also I'm sure to people kind of looking to upgrade their Facebook knowledge. So thanks so much. Can't wait to have you on again.
Thank you.
Thank you for listening in to another episode of the Happy Clients podcast. Until next time,
Here's to happy clients.